Hello, my name is Asha Christusis. That is my heavenly name that was given to me by God. I have finished my cultivation, the first phase of my cultivation. Enough of the cultivation that I am mature enough and advanced enough in my Dharma path that I can teach the Dharma path that I cultivated in. And I was awakened by a Kundalini awakening, which opened up all my chakras. I was only beginning, at that point I was 19 when I had my Kundalini awakening and my cultivation began, my real cultivation began. And I had just been entering the spiritual realm. When I became 18, I started using psychedelics and I started entering the spiritual realm, but I was still on a non-cultivating level. I was just using the substances to have experiences. But at 19 years old, I had a Kundalini awakening, and I've had 8 years of cultivation, and I have entered what in Buddhist schools is considered Arhat. In my school, in the school of the shaman Tao, which is the practice that I teach, the Dharma path that I teach, I have just entered the level that I can teach my Dharma for others to be saved. The people that practice my shaman Tao will be saved if they truly practice it and cultivate it, and then they will be saved to my paradise, the Shaman King paradise. I'm not just going to discuss all my origins and all my realizations and enlightenments. I'll only explain the things necessary for someone to practice the Shaman Tao. In the next year, 3 months, in the next 3 months to 1 year, depending on how much time I spend writing it, I will release my book, The Way of the Shaman Tao, which will explain all the principles and all the practices and all the techniques and all the methods necessary to reach full enlightenment and be saved from the earthly realm and cultivation worlds like that, where we are separated from our higher self to a large degree, and we have to cultivate our way back to our true self, which has its origin in some place or another. You come from one paradise of someone. It's not easy to tell who, but usually the path you end up following is the path that shows you where you come from. And the Shaman Tao path requires the use of a psychedelic once a month. I'll explain the amounts and the allowed psychedelics to count as that once a month in another video. The method of the Shaman Tao, the essence of the method, is first Zahadi, which is the experience of complete extremes of polar opposites within ourselves and within everything we believe and everything in our mindset, which comes through a Kundalini awakening if you have it to a large degree, or it comes from a more minor cultivation path, which is slower and doesn't have the monumental experiences that the Kundalini awakening would, but you can lead the path to be open to a large level, to a large part of the universe. I'm not going to discuss my abilities as cities or anything like that. I'll say one thing: I had them, but I'm not going to display them for anyone. I'm not going to be a world teacher that displays cities and supernatural normal powers. I have displayed them before myself and have use of them, but I'm not fully unlocked and have complete control of them, because I'm only at the level of what in my school is called the Zada. It's called Zada, that is achievement when you enter the realm of achieving godhood or Buddhahood. I am not a master shaman at this point. That won't be until it'll take 8 years more of cultivation for me to reach the level of unlocking of all my spiritual abilities and full awareness of all the surroundings of the universe to a larger degree than what I have achieved at this point. And that is the state of the Jiao. Jiao is a state that you reach when you have completed your cultivation. Those that follow the Shaman Dao will not achieve the levels that I have. If they practice in my school, then they are either people that are similar to me that can achieve to a degree the level that I have. There are many people who will achieve levels near me and be in the high rankings of the Shaman Dao practice, but not all of them. The method of Zahadi is when it's the experience of desiring things so much. It is a practice of desiring things that we desire two opposite things. Like me, desiring to be the best person I can be, and the other side, desiring to be apathetic and not complete my mission and do what I need to do. Or in substance use, the desire to overindulge all the time on substances, and the desire to cultivate and restrain yourself from the use of those substances. It is a bare minimum requirement of 1 psychedelic trip a month if you practice my practice. And short-lasting psychedelics do not count. Only long-lasting substances, the psychedelic drugs that are included, and the acceptable use of counting as that once a month and counting as something you should be allowed to do is LSD, shrooms, DXM, peyote, ayahuasca, and all forms of short-lasting, smokable, all long-lasting, smokable psychedelics. But the smokable psychedelics are not counting for the once a month. Those are just supplementary. The maximum amount of times you should use a psychedelic in once a month period is the maximum is 5 times a month. The best way to do it is on a schedule of every Saturday or Sunday, respecting the Sabbath. Use the psychedelic sacrament to open the channels and chakra seals. See, every chakra in your system has a seal on it with all its energies that blocks everything that's there on many levels that we don't perceive normally. And when we do a psychedelic, one of those chakra seals will open. The chakra seal that opens that is the essence, the main dominating experience of the psychedelic trip. And the other chakras flow with it. Sometimes some stay closed, sometimes some stay open, but they are opened. Sometimes they're all open. That's when you have the most powerful trips of revealing exactly whether you are being a negative being that is not doing positive things in that time period, or you reveal to yourself that you're doing really well and you're rewarded with a very positive experience. This is all for now.